This video will explain the tuition component of the TABBS model. It will define what tuition is being allocated, the different allocation types, the weighting for each allocation type, the methodology used in the allocation process, and show an example of how the process works. Within TABBS, the tuition revenue allocated is the base assessed tuition for the course or program, as well as the international differential fee. No other fees are processed in the tuition revenue allocation. There are some classes or contract codes excluded from TABBS because they have a financial contract associated with them that dictates to which unit the tuition is to flow. The following is a list of these exclusions. Tuition is allocated to the revenue centers primarily responsible for generating it. There are three types of allocations: enrollment, instruction, and supervision. Enrollment, an allocation based on the student's home college of enrollment, that is, the college or school that owns the student's program or area of study. Instruction, an allocation based on the home unit of the instructor teaching the class, that is, the unit involved in paying the instructor's salary. Supervision, an allocation based on the home unit of the supervisor that is supervising the graduate student, that is, the unit involved in paying the supervisor's salary. If a student is supervised by multiple supervisors, then the allocation is split accordingly. For instance, 50-50 if two supervisors are on record. In cases where an instructor or supervisor is jointly paid, allocations are prorated in accordance with pay record data. In the case of undergraduate class tuition, 25% of the assessed tuition is allocated to the student's home college of enrollment and 75% to the college or school that is paying the instructor of the class. With graduate class tuition, 40% of the assessed tuition is allocated to the student's home college of enrollment, 20% to the college or school that is paying the instructor, and 40% to the college or school that is paying the supervisor. With undergraduate medicine, vet med, and dentistry programs, 100% of tuition is allocated to the student's home college of enrollment. The process of allocating tuition is as follows. In the case of undergraduate class tuition, where instruction is course-based, 25% is allocated to the student's college of enrollment. With the instruction component, if every instructor listed on the class has a percentage of class instructed value, and these total 100% plus or minus 1%, then allocations are made to all valid instructors, with invalid instructor allocations defaulting to the academic authority of the class. If these two criteria are not met, then the instruction allocation follows the pay home of the primary instructor. By valid instructor, we mean an instructor who is either faculty, senior admin, sessional, clinical instructor, instructional, independent study facilitator, online facilitator, and the employee's HR status is either active or paid leave, and the employee is paid by a TABBS revenue center. If the class has no valid instructor, then we default to the academic authority of the class. If no revenue center is assigned as the class academic authority, then the instruction allocation is directed to the student's college of enrollment. With undergraduate medicine, vet med, and dentistry programs, 100% of tuition is allocated to the student's home college of enrollment. For graduate tuition, the 40% enrollment allocation follows the home of the student. The 20% instruction allocation follows the same logic as undergraduate course-based tuition. Where possible, the tuition is allocated to the unit paying the instructor. If no valid instructor is found, it is allocated to the academic authority of the class, or if need be, the home of the student. The 40% supervision allocation first checks for a valid supervisor, by which we mean a supervisor who is either faculty or senior admin and has an HR status of either active or paid leave, and is paid by a TABBS revenue center. If no valid supervisor exists, then the supervision allocation follows the home of the student. As an example of TABBS tuition allocation, consider an undergraduate student whose home college is arts and science. In the fall term, this student takes 3 classes: Math 110, Plant and Soil Management 111, and Sustainability 201. If the instructor for Math 110 was paid by Arts and Science, then Arts and Science would receive both the enrollment and instruction allocations. If the instructor for Plant and Soil Management was paid by Ag Bio, then Arts and Science would receive the enrollment allocation, but Ag Bio would receive the instruction allocation. If the instructor for Sustainability 201 was paid 50-50 by Ag Bio and SENS, then Arts and Science would receive the enrollment allocation, and the instruction allocation would be shared equally between Ag Bio and SENS. For more information, please visit usask.ca/rcm.